Because honestly, the gospel sounds too easy. The fact that you need to believe in Christ and you'll be saved for all eternity, that sounds too easy. So man has said, we got to add something to it. We got to add being good. The work that Christ did on the cross is enough. It's not about us adding anything to it. And I know we talked about, we just played that game, do this, do that. There's certain things we should and should not do. But that's based on a relationship, not based on us trying to earn to be right with God. Because let me ask you a question. How good do you have to be right with God? You can't be good enough. That's why Christ came and died. See, the reason I want to talk about this today is because we're building a foundation for our whole life. If we say Christ died to make you set apart, you are set apart, live set apart, that is true, but it's got to be based on the right foundation. It can't be based on this. I'm over here, Christ died, but I have to do really good for Christ to accept me. I'm already accepted in Christ. I do good because I am accepted in Christ. Because think about this. If you're living a Christian life thinking, I gotta be good, I gotta be good, I gotta be good, gotta be good, in fear that you're gonna go to hell, that's no peace at all. What did Christ die for? He died that you can be saved for all eternity. I've heard before, you probably heard it too. The goal is to go to heaven. I want to go to heaven, right? But let me ask this question. Would you want to go to heaven if God was not there? Would you want to go to heaven if God was not in heaven? Most of us would say no. So salvation and Christianity is not about us going to heaven. Christianity is about us having a relationship with God. The awesome message of the gospel is this: the good news that Christ died and paid all of your sin because you couldn't pay for it yourself. And yes, we should live set apart. There's some things we should and should not do, but it's because we already have a relationship with Him. I'm not trying to earn it. I'm doing it because I appreciate it. Kind of reminds me of this one girl. I heard a story of this girl. Her and her boyfriend were hanging out, and they were in the car coming home, and he was trying to make out with her, trying to push the envelope, go a little further and further and further. And she said, "No, my dad." And he kept trying. She was like, "No, my dad." And he kept trying, and she's like, "No, my dad." So the boy looked at her and said, "What, is your dad gonna hurt you?" And this is what she said. She said, "No, I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt my dad."